Should you go on this landscape of flavors?
Princess DeBay here today. We're heading at Disney's Art of Animation Resort because it's time to take in the surroundings. They have a new menu here for us to check out. As your number one choice of foodie infotainment, we do these things so you don't have to. So remember, she's vegan. I'm not. I'm about to look like Bob Ross.
It's time for foodie and chill. So here we have the Impossible Meatloaf. It's available at all the value and moderate resorts, Port Orleans, AOA, Pop, All Stars. And it's on the menus now, which I appreciate. So we got this with the mushroom gravy. I thought the chef was going to put the gravy on the potatoes, but he put it on the meatloaf. So that's a choice. I like it better when it's just the sauce and not the gravy on top. But it's still a decent meatloaf. I mean, it's the only, aside of Chef Mickey's, like, and Liberty Tree, which just recently updated their meatloaf, is the best quick service one you're gonna get. It's not as good with the sauce. Definitely, if they ask you for the gravy, like, tell them to put on the side because it doesn't belong on top of the meatloaf. With the gravy on top, I would give it a 2 out of 5, but like if you got it just regularly, it'd be like a 3.5 out of 5.
One thing to take into account when you're ordering this meatloaf, as a beautiful block of mysterious meat cube that it is that the meatloaf itself is gluten-free, the gravy is not. So if you're gluten-free, just remember that you cannot have the gravy. And they will ask. They did ask us when we ordered it. But I think probably the gravy on the side for most people is probably the way to go. Cutting this nice, delicious block. I know that, like, I'm very happy about, like, Impossible Meatloaf. Like, it's a good thing. But meatloaf is not the meat ideal. Meatloaf is, like, the low tier of meat-based items. It's like, we got some ground beef. We can throw the stuff in it and make it look kind of cute. But meatloaf is not, like, at least not for me personally. As a kid, it was the thing that I wanted for dinner. If my mother was serving meatloaf, it was like, yeah, I'm in for it tonight, you know? Is it the gravy that's sweet or is the meatloaf that's sweet? I can't tell. The meatloaf...
There's a ketchup sauce on top of the meatloaf, which is why I don't like gravy on top of it, too.
They clash. Definitely. I'm fine with gravy and meatloaf. I'm fine with ketchup and meatloaf. Together, that ain't working. The meatloaf itself, once you get past those two flavors, is great. It's nicely well seasoned, nice and moist. It's a good meatloaf. The gravy, not a fan. I'm giving the meatloaf a 3 out of 5 claws. If I'm leaving the gravy on, for the 2.5. Full point off.
Now vegans, there are 2 different types of mashed potatoes at these locations. Only the garlic mash is vegan. So make sure you check for the one with the leaf. I got the one with the garlic mash, and then I got a side of the mushroom gravy so that I could enjoy my potatoes with gravy, even though I'm not a mushroom person. But I want a hot gravy, so I can deal with eating around the mushroom pieces. It's very garlic forward. It's very chunky. I don't think it's my favorite potato, but I don't hate it. I would give it like a 3 out of 5 potatoes. It's okay.
I would say that mashed potatoes are the ultimate potato. And I know that may ruffle some feathers, but you know what? French fries, they're a mixed bag. Baked potatoes are sometimes too much, but mashed potatoes, when are you not in the mood for mashed potatoes? Be honest with yourself. The king of the cooked potato. Because obviously they don't use any dairy in it. They're not as creamy as I like my mashed potatoes. There are ways around that can still be vegan. Disney's vegan mashed potatoes have always been sort of a mixed bag. I think the gravy, while I'm still having a mushroom gravy, having chunks of mushroom in here bigger than the mashed potatoes themselves is a choice, if anything. It's a decent mashed potato, nothing to write home about, but it makes a decent side to the meatloaf, so I suppose it worked. But you're not winning any extra points for that. 2.5 out of 5 points.
And I got a double mashed potato, so I had to pay extra for this side of broccolini, just so that I could show you something outside of potatoes. Because, like, I don't know, I feel like the double potato is not that much. And I can't cut this, so I'm just gonna eat the whole thing. I commit to my mistakes. Cheers to trees. I love the way that broccoli is seasoned. I'm really into it. I think it's really my favorite thing on the plate. I would give it a 4.5 out of 5 broccolis.
I've stood on this hill. I fought on this hill. I will die on this hill. All the best veggies are shaped like trees. I'm one of those people that would happily eat broccoli, cooked broccoli, as like a snack, or even raw in a lot of cases. If you ask me in the park and give me the options, like, would you like a Mickey bar, popcorn, or cooked broccoli? I'm gonna put cooked broccoli every time because I'm one of those weirdos. But you know what? That is an excellent side of broccoli. That 3.5 out of 5 stars. Now here is the new menu item that has summoned us here to this landscape of flavors. The brand new Mojo Chicken. Nice roasted, I wouldn't call this a half a chicken, maybe a third of chicken, but nice roasted. You get a nice leg attached to the wing. And people, restaurants, chefs, this entire thing is a wing. Not this little tiny thing, not the drumstick. This whole thing is a wing. Quit ripping us off. And cut off some of the meat here, get some of the skin with it, because we all know, especially like in a Mojo chicken, like citrus based, most of that flavor is going to be in the skin. It's probably the only case in which skin color actually matters. Take that as you will. Always worry. 2 things when Disney cooks chicken. It's going to be dry as sand or only seasoned on the outside, which means the entire chicken is going to suffer overall. The skin, the chicken's well seasoned. Get that citrus flavor all the way through, and it's nice and juicy. Not dry at all. That is a tasty side of chicken. I've seen chicken at Disney signature restaurants that's not cooked this way, which is quite the surprise because, I mean, it's Disney quick service. I know a lot of you overlook Disney Valley resorts, one, because the rooms are not as nice as some other Disney resorts. I would argue that they're more the same than they are different in a lot of cases. And you look down on the food because, you know, you eat in the park. Why would you eat at the Value Hotel? Well, you're missing out on some really good eats. I think this is one of them. 4 out of 5 bars. So I opted for the non-vegan vegetarian potatoes. These are the Yukon Gold potatoes, and already, just sticking a fork into it, much more creamy than the garlic potatoes. Significantly whipped. They still have some of the skin in there, which I love, and they're just like tiny chunks of potato. It's mostly creamy, but little chunks. I like that texture gradient. It works for me. Well seasoned. Not too buttery, not overly buttery. It's a good potato. I would give that one 3 out of 5. Now, of all the sides I thought would go best with my entree, the Mojo chicken, I thought the red beans and rice would go best. I feel like the best red beans and rice require some level of cultural experience, if you know what I mean. But, I mean, it's red beans and rice. How bad could it be? It's red beans and rice. Made for all palates. It's missing the punch. I expected something of the islands as far as like a red beans and rice. Like, the red beans are cooked perfectly fine, right? They're not like hard or anything else like that. The rice is cooked okay. But there's really relying on the red beans as they are with very little seasoning to season the whole thing, and that is not red beans and rice. It's an okay side, but I feel like it could be better. I would give that 3 out of 5. Landscape of Flavors is indeed a landscape of flavor.
And there's so many different things you can do, so many different combinations that are on the menu, not on the menu. We don't even know, but like totally try it.
I definitely think that it has something for everybody, whether or not you're feeling it. Obviously, it's not like a Disney signature dining, but when you need food, they got you.
Yes.
But I need to know what your favorite quick service is. Leave that in the comments below. If there's anything else you can see us do, that will always be the place to find us. Hit that notification bell if you want to see other videos like this. And
we have new videos 5 days a week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday.
we will see you soon.
Be sure to subscribe and like this video. And if you don't tell us which location is your favorite place to eat on the Skyliner line, Bear might eat himself into the Skyliner and break the whole operation. So you should comment.
I'm going to be a bridge troll now, which I heard the girl.